Hey everybody. Today we're talking about lots of things actually. I'm gonna drop a lot of knowledge on you. But this is technically 2D. Nope. What is it? Wow, that was very wrong. It's 1D. We're not in chapter 2 yet. That's algebra 2, which I just helped somebody with. So that's probably why it's on my mind. We are doing I don't know what to call this yet. Hold on. That area, perimeter, and angle measures. That's pretty good all around. Okay, so first of all, I have this little graph because I'm a math teacher and I randomly have graph paper all over the place, but you don't really need one. Let me graph what the shape is, and then I'll explain. You can just do it on like a piece of paper, it's fine. Like that. So we're gonna make a triangle because I want to do a real example of how to find area and perimeter of this. Okay. So let me just do a quick recap. So area of a triangle, this is something that maybe you learned a long time ago. Maybe you forgot it. Maybe I need to highlight. I'm going to fix that in a second. Area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. I highlight first and I write over it because these smear a little bit, but I love them. So for the area, for this triangle, area of triangle ABC, we're going to do 1/2 times the base length. Now the base length, we're going to think of this triangle as sitting down on this side, but to be honest, it could also sit on this side. It could technically sit on the other side too, but so we have to figure out how long this is. Let's count it. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Base is 6. And then we're going to do the height. Why did I pick these colors? I don't know. Let's count that. Well, I know this is 4 high, and there's one more down here, so times 5. So instead of doing 1/2 times 6 times 5, what I can do is I can do 1/2 times 6 first, multiply it by 5. I can do 6 times 5 first, and then cut it in half. I could do 1/2 times 5, but that's kind of gross. I don't want to deal with that. I want to deal with even numbers most of the time. And so what I do is I'm going to do 1/2 times 6, which is 3. 3 times 5 is 15. So it's 15 units squared. Right? This is, I hate to say this is middle school stuff because you should have learned it in middle school, but some of you maybe didn't, especially if you did the intensified algebra curriculum because that was algebra and not geometry. And so, but it should be a skill. It's already in there. If it's not, we're good. Let's find the perimeter. Do you know how to do the perimeter? I'm asking you like you're talking to me. We add all the sides up. Right? In this case, it'd be AB plus BC plus CA. How do we find CA? Here's the thing. We already know that A to B was 5. And we already know that C to B was 6. But how do we find A to C? We can't really count it because, like, does this count as a full? Does it count as a little less? What the heck is this thing? How do I do that? Oh, no. What am I going to do? Option 1, Pythagorean theorem. We technically haven't learned it yet, but technically you learned it before. So if you're comfortable with Pythagorean theorem, oh my gosh, please use it. Instead, though, I'm going to teach you the distance formula. Let me write it down. Oh, that might look like a lot. Take your time, write it out, but that's the distance formula. So there's my distance formula. What I do is I take the 2 points that I want to find the distance between. So this would be x1, y1, and the other one would be yx2, y2. Does it matter which one I pick? No. It really doesn't matter. Normally we go left to right, but if you did the same math right to left, you would still get the same answer. It's amazing. Math is so cool. So if I wanted to find the length, where am I going to write this? I don't know. Why did I do a little L? Because usually when we do formula, it's a little L. It's okay. So if I wanted to find the length of segment AC, I would do 2 minus -4, which is like a +4 squared, and then 4 minus -1, which is like a +1 and squared. And then I square root that whole thing. Ugh, gross. So 2 plus 4 is 6. So I'm going to do 6 squared. 4 plus 1 is 5. That's 5 squared. Y'all, if you did the Pythagorean theorem, what would you be doing? You would do 6 squared plus 5 squared and then square root it. This is the same as Pythagorean theorem. It just looks crazy. Remember, Pythagorean theorem is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. It's this. This is the same thing. Okay, so that's 36 and 25 square rooted. Oh, that's 50, that's 61. That's the square root of 61. Does the square root of 61 have a nice answer? Heck no, it doesn't. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. I don't like that that was all the way hanging over. So option 1, to find the perimeter, I'm going to do 6 plus 5 plus the square root of 61. Okay. Option 1, I can leave it like that. I can say it's 11 plus square root of 61. Call it good. Option 2, I figure out what the heck the square root of 61 is as a decimal. Add it to 6 plus 5. Also good. You do you. Let me grab a calculator. Did I just do a lot while I was paused? Heck yeah, I did. I forgot to tell you about it. So the perimeter, this is just what I said out loud though. Perimeters are, it's going to be 6 plus 1 plus whatever the square root of 61 is, because that's I go around the outside. And then I get 11 plus the square root of 61. Totally fine. Plop the word units on the end of that. We're good. 11 times square root of 61 happens to be like 7 point something. You can't even, my phone locked right as I tried to show you. Is like 7.8. And then I added 11 to it. So I got 18.81. I don't care either way. I'm good with this. I should box my answers because I'm a good math student. And then just as a little baby reminder, area is units squared. Perimeter is just units. I didn't multiply anything together. That's how it works. Okay, let's add, I'm just going to add a, so I have it down here that I have like a D down here. It's the same thing again. If you want to, if you'd like, add point D down here at -1, -5. And find the area and perimeter of this other triangle. You can pause me. You already know the 6. You can try it yourself. I'll just tell you the answers in a second. There it is. So the area, we do 6, which is the base, times the height, which is up the middle. Right? If the triangle is sitting on 6, then that's the height is 4. So that's 12 square units. And then the perimeter, if I do the Pythagorean theorem in my head, which is what I did, I have a 3 by a 4, and it's a 3, 4, 5 triangle. Don't worry about that. It's all good. You should get 5. Get out of here. I'm talking. And so we go 5 plus 5 plus 6, which is 16 units. If I wanted to find the perimeter or the area of the entire thing, I don't have to do all that math twice. I would just add up 12 and 15, and I would get 27. So that's the total area. So that's perimeter and area. There's one other thing that I have to tell you about. You know what hurts me a little bit is that the perimeter is not highlighted, so I'm going to do that too. It shouldn't be because there's no like formula attached to it, but it's length plus width plus whatever. It's the 2 legs plus the base, but nobody cares. I care, for the record, but I'm not going to write it down. Here's the very last thing I have to teach you. It's the triangle angle sum theorem, which, let's talk about the word theorem because we learned the word postulate last time. A theorem is something that has to be proven to be true. I might go on a big rant, we'll see, but let me prove it to you. This is a triangle that exists on our Cartesian plane, which is just a graph. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rip off the corners. Ow! Owie! And then I'm going to put the corners together. And they make a straight line. Dun, dun, dun. It makes a straight line. And that's 180 degrees. So the triangle angle sum theorem says that all the angles in the triangle add up to 180. That's all. And that's why it's called the triangle angle sum theorem. I don't have enough time to talk about why it's actually a lie. Ask me in class. I'll go through it with you. All right. So, but it's true for now. Let's assume it's true because I proved it to you with a theorem. You're welcome. Let's use it in an example. Haha. So here's my triangle. I have this beautiful triangle that's 70 degrees here, 32 degrees here, and then it's not 1 degree here, it's just angle 1, which is the only reason why I use a different color. And I know that all 3 of those have to add up to 180, right? So what I know is that the measure of angle 1 plus 70 degrees plus 32 degrees equals 180 degrees, because I said it the whole other time. And so what I'm just going to solve this like a math problem. I'm going to leave this like it's x. This is just like x plus 70 plus 32 plus 180. So the measure of angle 1 plus 102 equals 180. And then I subtract the 102. And then I get the measure of angle 1, which is what I'm looking for, which I didn't say that in the question. There's a question that says find the missing angle length. So sorry about that. Equals 78 degrees. Ta-da! Do you want to try one? Here. This one actually has some numbers in it, so I actually should probably do this one with you. But I didn't think about that ahead of time. So here's what I know. I know that this is 90 degrees because it tells me so. It has the angle there. Do you want to try this on your own? Just pause it. Come back. So I know that 3x plus 6x plus 90 has to equal 180 degrees. So that together is 9x plus 90 equals 180. Solve it, subtract 90. 9x equals 90. Divide by 9. X equals 10. Is that too quick for you? Rewind, I don't know. Let me know. And so x is 10. I could ask you 3 different things in this problem. I could ask you to find the value of x. I could ask you to find this angle measure, which would be 30 because I would multiply it by 10. Or I could ask you to find this angle measure, 60, same reason. So all 3 of those are fair game in this kind of problem. Could I do crazy things like 6x plus 7 and 3x minus 1? Absolutely, and I will, I promise you. But that is that. Let me know if you have any questions, please. I'm here for you. I'm literally here for you. This is my job. Or come to office hours or email me, which I think I already said, or add it to the FAQ, which nobody uses except for me. It's fine. So that's the triangle angle sum theorem, area and perimeter on a coordinate plane. Okay, bye.